What's going on, guys? I appreciate all of you that were hanging out waiting on the stream to start. For those of you stopping by, checking out the replay, though, make sure you hit that thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on all notifications. When we do these live chats, you can take part right along with us. So, got a lot of new Manceras over the last 2 months, I would say. Starting to wear some of them, because why have them if you're not going to wear them? Getting around to wearing Sand Oud. It's my type of scent profile for the cool weather I've been experiencing. Spice, dense woods, a little touch of oud, but other woodiness besides that, not just the oud note. And the biggest thing for me is the frankincense dominance. It's quite smoky, spicy, woodsy. Black currant kind of rounds it off, so you get a little bit of fruitiness that doesn't add a lot of sweetness. This is good stuff. It's really strong, too. I got 4 sprays around the neck. I'm smelling myself nonstop. My nose has not wore out to it. I've had it on for a little over an hour now. Man, this is good stuff. This is good stuff. Not a safe blind buy, but if you like this style, you'll probably enjoy this particular fragrance. Shout outs to Robert, Fragrance Journey 01. First time I ever heard anyone, the only time I've ever heard anyone talk about this was a few years ago on his channel. Sand Oud. And because of his taste, I always assumed this would be like some crazy, funky, challenging fragrance. It's not. It's actually quite safe for Robert's taste, to be honest with you. So let's see who's doing what in the chat, because we do have a specific topic. Shout outs to Nosy Neighbor. He had asked me about some fragrances that were on the wish list for this year. I typically do this at the beginning or end of each year. Last year I did it at the end. This year we're doing it, early January. And I do have a couple of Parfumo tabs pulled up of 6 specific fragrances that I will own this year. Certainly I will. We're going to talk about a few other ones on top of that. But these are the 6 main ones that I will own these before the year is out. Some of these hopefully sooner than later. Some of these definitely sooner than later. But let's go ahead and get into the chat. We'll wait till around the 10-minute mark and then we'll dive into the topic. I'm not a big gourmand guy, but I do like my share. I've heard many, many times, very recently as well, on how good that fragrance is. Yeah, I haven't tried it yet. I saw that here. I thought it was going to be Profondo Parfum. It's a collector's edition bottle. It's just Profondo. It says Profondo Eau de Parfum. Profondo is already Eau de Parfum. It literally says Profondo Eau de Parfum collector's edition. So it's just, I'm pretty disappointed. It's just a collector's edition bottle. Like it's kind of a cross between the Profondo Lights and the Profondo bottle. I can't believe that's the route they went. Maybe later in the year, maybe closer to summer, we'll get an actual flanker, but they're doing a limited edition bottle for Profondo. And it's not even that different. So kind of stupid. Not a fan of it. Is what it is. I'll double check and try it somewhere just to make sure it is indeed the same fragrance. I'll check the note breakdown at some point, but as far as I know, it's the same damn fragrance. It's just a collector's edition bottle. That's pretty stupid. See, I'm pretty disappointed too. Pradalone, great fragrance. I haven't worn that in a while. Terrence, good to see you. Creed Millesime Imperial. That is the favorite of the Fragrance Apprentice. So make it for once. We're in Second Soul. Back on the kick. Had to get my fix on a snowy day here in Illinois. Well, good to see you, Noel. And Justin, this is early for you for a change. Aqua de Jo Absolute. Now there's a good Aqua de Jo flanker. Dior Intense for Clinton. That's a great fragrance. Joel, always a pleasure. I have never tried that one. Ralph Lauren Purple Label. The bottle looks cool. I've never tried the difference. And yeah, just like Drew says here, you won, Joel. You won. Wearing Vanilla Oud. You're the best smelling guy in the chat. What's going on, Dan? Day 2 of Zaharoff week wearing Noir. Atkinson's Oud Save the King. Designer release is getting more stale by the year. Smelled Friends Decant of New Valentino. Smells like a new Terre d'Hermes. I could believe it. Talking about the green one, the new release. I haven't tried it yet, so I don't know. Smells like a new Terre d'Hermes. I'll wait to get my nose on it to be my own judge, but that doesn't sound exciting. That's for sure. Let them know. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up on the way in. Adam, good to see you wearing Comber, the original. No hat today. Curious to know if you've seen that Bruce Buffer. Yeah, I forgot what it's similar to. They reached out to me a while back, and I told them, sure, send it my way, and they never did. So I'm not going to press the issue. I don't care. It's not that serious. But I forgot what it's supposed to be similar to. Like it's some mass appealing popular designer that it's like spitting image of. I just can't, in the moment, I can't remember what it is. Somebody's probably going to sound off in the chat about it. But they had the PR company for them had reached out to me months ago asking if I was interested in checking it out. I was like, sure, send it my way. I like Bruce Buffer. Why not? And they never did. So whatever. Aqua de Parma Oud, one I definitely recommend anyone picking up. It's a banger. Speaking of bangers, Brioni Intense is good stuff. Victory Elixir is damn good stuff. Bleu Chanel Parfum. Hey, you guys, you always know how to pick some great fragrances for your scent choices, I got to say. La Nuit de l'Homme. Can't go wrong there. DS and Durga Deep Dark Vanilla. I've never tried it. I still want to try Burning Barbershop from them. Just the name. It sounds like something I would like. Oh, I'm jealous. I'm jealous. We were literally talking about this fragrance yesterday, how it's overpriced on eBay, and it's one I'd like to get. I'm kind of jealous. Tonka Cola, warm and spicy. One of my faves. Vital de Vanille. Native 78. You and Joel, y'all are the best smelling guys in the chat, according to me, anyways. No, it did not. That's not far away, though. But that went down. Mancera Red Tobacco. Excellent choice. Hi again. I'm getting to be a regular now. Well, salutations and welcome, sir. Youp on Ice. I haven't worn that in a long time. That's a pretty good fragrance, especially if you like plum. Very good fragrance. What's going on, Spencer? Good to see you. I sampled Masoni Wave from Burlington. It's great superior over. It's closer to a L'Oreal Sport than it is Versace Pour Homme. The first time I sprayed it, I was like, ooh, Versace Pour Homme. But as you let it dry down, it's definitely closer to a L'Oreal Sport, but definitely in the realm of both of them. Brilliant longevity. 2 work colleagues went straight to Notino and bought a bottle. Hell yeah. It's good stuff. Definitely good stuff. Already answered that. The very first comment on the stream. Got Sand Oud last week. What do you think about it? Trapoise layered with some sprays of Lamar. All right then. Latafa Musamam. Is that how you say that? Musamam? Friends of Red Demi. Well, all righty. Interesting name. I'm not sure the reference, but hello. Good to see you. What's going on, E? Wearing Reflection 45. I still need to get a bottle of that. I have a sample. I've sprayed a few times. Been a while. It's much more woodsy. Much heavier, obviously, because of the oil concentration, but much more woodsy take, I find. And we're glad you bring it to my attention. Scent of the day side effect. I haven't tried it. Nautica Voyage. What would I rank among them, among each other? I have a video for that. Just type in TLTG Nautica. I have a video for that, sir, where I rank pretty much all but like 3 of them, because since that video, I've only gotten like 2 or 3 more, and they weren't Voyage fragrances. So type in TLTG Nautica and go check out that house review. In honor of Joel, went with Solage. Ooh, okay. Somebody stepped their game up. Carnation, leather. Those really jump out at me. That's beautiful stuff. Good to see you, sir, in the gym. Listen to this right now. Hitting forearms and biceps. Gym scent is Greenly. Well, AR reviews. Glad you're here. Glad you're getting in a good workout, my man. Why Le Parfum. So we're almost at the 10-minute mark. We can get started here in just a second. No, I do not. No, I do not. I pick a fragrance and I roll with it. I don't overcomplicate things like 90% of the online fragrance community does. I just pick a fragrance. A fragrance is good enough for me. I don't need to do something like this and say, but if you put 2 sprays of this with 3 sprays of this, guys, I'm telling you, the Sillage, I got so many compliments. It's overkill to me. More power to all of you that do it. I wanted to wear this, so I wore this. I didn't smell this, wear this, and say it's missing something. It's shit. I know what it needs. It needs smoke and dark chocolate. Let me add smoke and dark chocolate. I hope I'm making some of you laugh, because that's literally how it comes across to me. Like, you know what? I love this, but not enough to wear it by itself. It's missing something. That's just how I view layering. Like, just roll with the fragrance. You know, I hope you guys cracked up with that. That was meant to be some form of entertainment. Maybe it fell flat. Who knows? I rolled with it. It felt right in the moment. Yeah, for sure. Here in Jacksonville, the Braves were the closest MLB team when I was a kid. So for me, it was the Astros and the Braves because I grew up in South Louisiana. So that's why I'm an Astros and Braves fan. That's my two main baseball teams. I don't have a specific team. If I had to pick one, it's technically the Astros, but Braves are a very close second for me. And the mail, I love it, y'all. So good. Recommendation from Versace Crystal Noir EDT. Give it a full wear. Thank me later. I never thought to go after that one. My stepdad got it for my mom. Smelled it for Christmas. And it did smell nice. It didn't smell like something Ross wants to wear, but it definitely smelled great for my mom. It smelled really good. It's literally, he bought her that Versace Crystal Noir. It's funny that you bring that up. Definitely not my jam, man, but I'm glad you like it. There's several women's fragrances I enjoy too. That one's just not really for me. Quality control issues with Parfum black bottles came out blue. Not that I'm aware of. Similar to Blue Electric. Okay, I knew somebody would chime in. All right, let me scroll down. Let me find a decent little stopping point. We're going to jump into this. Let me click refresh real quick because there's no way. It's that 58. Oh, guys, we're better than this. We got 105 viewers and 58 likes. You guys are better than this. A sample Ulta. Hot damn, made me fall in love with Bleu de Chanel again. I love Bleu de Chanel Parfum. Haven't worn in a while, though. Ooh, Jasada Ambassador. That's a good one. I'm almost to the bottom. I'm trying to get as close to the bottom as I can. I think I'm further away than I thought. I'm a one fragrance at a time guy, too. I also think it's silly when people gatekeep what they're wearing when someone asks. I think that's kind of silly, too. Just tell people what you're wearing. And if you're wearing a clone, don't lie. Tell them the name of the fragrance. I've always thought that was funny, too. Like, I'm wearing Creed Aventus. When you're wearing one, insert name of 1,000 other fragrances that smell like Creed Aventus. I've always thought that was kind of funny. Yeah, just tell people what you're wearing. Not that serious. Like that gatekeeping audio TikTok thing that I did. That was just an audio, and I thought it was funny. And I was like, let me just do a TikTok to this real quick. I don't gatekeep anything. Just roll. Here's what I'm wearing. I happen to really like Crystal Noir. I was going to say it smelled really good. It's just not something that I was like, ooh, let me spray that on me. I have it coming. I made a rather large Mancera Heavy order from Fragrance Buy, and that is one of the fragrances. All three, because none of them smell exactly like one another. So I have all three. If you want spicier, I would say more zest, Ultra Red Man. If you want more woody dominance, Solar. If you want more creaminess, Green Lover. Lipstick Fever. Ooh. That'd wear. Yeah, see, I got that for me. I love that fragrance. I haven't worn it in a while, though. Beautiful, beautiful fragrance. Never tried it. Yeah, I saw the collector's edition bottle. I'm very disappointed in them that it's a collector's edition. It's not a new flanker. It's just Profondo in a collector's edition bottle. Very disappointed. So we actually made it to the bottom. So I am going to go ahead and move into the first one. We actually made it to the bottom. That's rare. I tried to get there as quick as I could. So first things first, I need a bottle of this. I have a decant. It is named incorrectly, in my opinion, for those of you that saw the live stream where I sprayed it and we talked about it. I like how it's not sweet like the original. It's dry, woody, more leather forward. It's really good. It's just not intense red tobacco. It's a red tobacco flanker. It's clear as day, smells like red tobacco's DNA. But the adjustments that are made in this scent profile, I'm here for. I think it is a superior fragrance to red tobacco for my taste. You dial the sweetness back. You enhance the leather, the Gaiac wood, the sandalwood, the vetiver, all the woody nuances. See how they have it as fifth? It's more like second for me. Yes, it's spicy, smoky, leathery, or I agree with all five of these for sure. I would arrange them a little differently. I would put probably spicy first, then woody, then leathery, then oriental, then smoky, or maybe then smoky, then oriental. Kind of interchange them either way. They kind of go hand in hand anyhow. But I really want a bottle of this. This is the main Mancera fragrance that is on my radar. I'm very happy with the decant. I have a few sprays left of it. I'm not in no big hurry. I don't need to spray it right now. I know I want to get a bottle. And for any of you that haven't tried it, you got to go into it with the mindset of that it's going to smell different, not that it's going to be stronger than, because that's the immediate perception, obviously, is, oh, it's an intense version of red tobacco. We all thought, including me, well, how could they make it stronger? Oh my God, this thing's going to be ridiculous if they manage to make it stronger. Well, that's not the case. It's still a strong fragrance. It's not as pungent in the top. It doesn't have that overwhelming sweetness to go with that pungence and that animalic tone. It's actually toned back just a little bit and rebalanced, reworked. And like I said, it lacks a lot of the sweetness. Like it's barely any sweetness to it. And I really like this. It's a much more leather forward, oriental, woody fragrance. It's beautiful. I absolutely 100% want this. That's why I wanted to talk about this one first. Any of you tried this one yet? What are your thoughts on it? Let's hear from the crowd. Let me scroll down a little bit because we piled up some comments pretty quickly. Word intense definitely gave off the wrong impression. Well, Strapoise, it was more intense. It absolutely is more intense. That's the thing. They started things off with their intense flankers with doing an intense flanker right. I think intense Strapoise was done properly. Whereas this, it's kind of just not a completely different fragrance, but it's a different take on the fragrance, and it's not more intense than the original. Stronger than this, I find. Okay, let's see. Lacoste Red. I tell people I wear clones, but explaining and doing names be wild. Hey, I totally get it. Some of them are kind of funny, though. Last bottle of Suspiro Herba Leather on Forever Lux for $109. Excited to smell the leather and passion fruit combo. I bet that's going to be interesting. Well, that's the thing. This isn't more intense. It's not. It's not named correctly, in my opinion. It should have went with, red tobacco privé or something like that, because it does smell like a more elegant, even more masculine take, I find. Because like I said, it's a leather oriental woody fragrance. It's much more so than any of the, like I said, the sweetness, the pungence, all that stuff has been muted greatly from the original. So I'm here for it. I need a bottle. I've smelled it. I've got some experience with it. I absolutely want a bottle. Just go for it. Wait. I have done that multiple times. 2,700, almost 2,700 videos. You think I've never done that? I have, Noel. I have, my man. But if you're thinking of doing it, I say go for it. You totally should do it. After 2 weeks, opens up dark, more fruity. Oh, talking to Joel. Gotcha. CK1 Platinum, never tried it. When you tried the original, I heard Carlisle comparisons. A little bit. The sweetness is similar, but you don't get all the tobacco. And like people keep wanting to call Carlisle a tobacco fragrance, and it's not a tobacco fragrance. It's a sweet resinous fragrance for sure. There is some tie-in. I would say Carlisle is like 70%, 60-70% to red tobacco. It has its differences. The internet cracks me up sometimes with their comparisons. Let's see. Hawash, July 20, beast mode, 16 plus hours. They're all beast mode. It's anosmia for people. But bro, I asked my friends and they were around me and they could barely smell it after 5 minutes too. They want anosmic too. But I just walked up to them. I'd only been around them for a minute. Doesn't take long for somebody's nose to desensitize. So, and like I get tired of explaining that stuff. So I just kind of just ignore at this point. Guys, I see it daily. And that's one of the main culprits. That fragrance is strong. Every batch I've ever smelled, friends I have online that have different batches with different colored juices, and they all say the same thing about the strength. It's random anonymous people on the internet that say otherwise, and they swear up and down that it's weak. It's not them. And we're the variable, guys. The fragrance batches don't vary that much. Not on that kind of scale. To where people are like, oh, it's totally reformulated. It's like water now. 20 minutes and I can't smell it. It's not that extreme. It's really not. Well, yeah, for sure. No, there's some, you know, it absolutely has some similarity. I just don't think it's like spot on the same fragrance, like super redundant. Mild redundancy there. Similar, not same, I think would be the best way to put it. That's the thing. They're not really either one or all that mass appealing. Honestly, this one is more of a profile for an enthusiast. I would think the original is much more for those that are looking to get attention from people, because it's got the kind of power that's going to reach out and grab people, but it's also got sweetness to it. But you got to get the opening can be a little too much for some, whereas here it is a little bit more animalistic because it's so leather forward. It's not a smooth leather. It's got some rough edges to it with the spice and everything kind of tying in together. I think, honestly, neither of them are really all that mass appealing. But if I had to pick one, I guess the original would be more so than this one. I haven't tried it. I've heard I would love it, though. Let them know, my man. Let them know. No, we haven't yet. Just random text here and there. Everybody's getting settled in. We haven't set that up. I don't know when we're going to do that. It'll be at some point this month. Oud satin. I don't have any clones of it, so I'm not sure. Somebody in the chat might be able to weigh in, though. And see, I think so too, but me versus people that typically, like, let's say somebody that's got 20 fragrances or somebody new to the hobby, we're going to have two different tastes and seasoned palettes. Like the seasoning of our palettes are a bit different. You know what I mean? Because I've smelled thousands of fragrances, as I'm sure you have as well, Jeremiah. I know you've smelled a ton of fragrances. So to you and I, dialing that pungence back does make it more wearable. I'm sure we're probably eye to eye on that. That's why I agree it's more wearable. But it goes back to, I look at it from somebody newer to the space. The first time you smell red tobacco, it's like, oh shit. Like you're not really expecting it. Whereas with this, I don't know, it could be more challenging in a way if you're not used to these types of resins and leather accords, because like I said, it's so much more of that. I don't know. It's kind of, it's a toss up. It really is. But I agree with you. I find it's a little bit more wearable. Lost a lot of newcomers into the hobby. It was so annoying to think about buying and seeing. It sucks now, bro. Yeah. I see that kind of stuff all the time. No. Clear as day. Profondo Eau de Parfum Collector's Edition. No. I'm not assuming. I'm going based off the information that I saw. No, sir. No, sir. I am not. It is going to be gone in about a week or two, though. Should be gone in about a week or two. Banded though. If they make changes, they should have to call it something else. And I'm with you, Ross. People are going nose blind. I mean, that's 99% of the time. It is anosmia. You'd be surprised how many $20 fresh fragrances are stronger than people give credit for. And they say 30 minutes and it's gone, an hour at best. You'd be surprised. You know, so what? Not maybe you. Maybe you won't be surprised, but some of the people that are saying that would be shocked, because let's use Nautica Voyage, for example. Let's say most people complain about it being 2 or 3 hours at best. I get like 6 hours out of it. But for argument's sake, let's say 2 or 3 hours tops for most people would complain about on the internet. And then let's say you're that guy that complained about that, you know, oh man, 2 hours. I don't know what people are talking about. TLTG's lying. It ain't no 6 hours. Then I walk by that same person and I was wearing Nautica Voyage and I'm 6, 7 hours in. He's like, man, whatever you're wearing, man, that's pretty fresh. Oh, it's Nautica Voyage. That's Nautica Voyage? Yeah, I sprayed it on at like 9 o'clock this morning and it's 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon. That kind of stuff happens. That stuff has happened to me with a bunch of other fragrances where I thought it was faded. Versace Dylan Blue being the first one that comes to mind, where I was totally nose blind to it, thinking it was super weak, and had 2 people tell me how strong it was coming off of me 7, 8, 9 hours into my day. So anosmia is a bigger issue than people want to give it credit, man. Kind of wild. Picked up bottle Profondo and Profumo for $80. Damn, what a deal. Got Massa 2 bottles, 2015, 70% full. Damn, hell yeah. So we're going to talk about that one next. It's funny that you mentioned that. Where is it at? It is right here, sir. So I've been procrastinating getting this for a while. I've been wanting to get this, and this is a two-parter because I need to get the original still. So when I get this, I'm going to get the original. So I can get the majority of the base DNA and the flankers that are closest to it because I have the Parfum, I have the Intense, I have O. I've smelled the original, but I don't have it. I've never smelled Gucci Guilty Black. I'm kind of slowly gathering all the Gucci Guilties. I want to get Elixir this year too. So basically all the men's Gucci Guilties that I haven't gotten yet, which is pretty much just the 3, I want to get all 3 of them, but this is going to be the poster child. That's why I put it in the thumbnail because the main one I'm after is Gucci Guilty Black. I'm going to get Elixir. I'm going to just buy it blind. Screw it. I'm going to just get it. And I'm going to get the original, which I'm not blind. I've smelled that before. But this one seems interesting. Fresh, synthetic, spicy, woody, fruity. Similar note breakdown to the original. It's not wildly different from the, is this O or the original right here? This is the original. So you have some lavender, neroli, cedarwood, patchouli. So it's a little different. You have more spice here with coriander. Then you have a leather accord. So I'm very curious. I think this is probably just based off the notes and the name and the theme to it. Probably a really good spring and fall type of fragrance. Those transitional seasons where it's not really hot outside, but it's not really cold either. I've been eyeing this for a while. Like I don't let stuff like this detour me either. Like anonymous people on the internet giving it a 6.5. I may love it. I may totally agree with their rating, and it's just better than good. It's, you know, slightly better than average because that's what 6.5 is. A little bit better than average because average is going to be right down the middle, basic 5 out of 10, you know? I might feel the same way about it. I might like it a little bit more, think it's a very good 7.5. I don't anticipate it to be an outstanding 9 out of 10 kind of fragrance, but I'm going into it anticipating enjoying it because I do really like the base DNA. I like the evolution of the DNA that I've experienced thus far. So I'm confident I'll really enjoy this. So once again, this encompasses more than Gucci Guilty Black. This is for the original as well, which I've been needing to get, as well as the newest version, which is the Elixir Flanker. So it's 3 Gucci Guilties I plan on getting my hands on. Trying to fit a bottle in budget. I don't think Zaharoff does the Afterpay thing. No, he does not. I think you could use Klarna anywhere if you wanted to do that. If you want to do the pay in 4 kind of thing, or he doesn't do PayPal. He stopped doing PayPal a long time ago. He does have a pay in 4 service though. I forgot which one it is. I think it might be the Google Pay or Afterpay or one of them. I don't know. Just saying there's ways to do it, you know, just throwing it out there. Just know that I'll be shocked if it makes it to my birthday. My birthday's on the 21st. That's how low the stock is. I'll be shocked if it makes it to my birthday, my man. I totally agree, sir. That is one of my personal favorite vetiver fragrances. I haven't worn it in a little while. It's good stuff. Red Tobacco's such a beast. I don't need an intense Privé Elixir, hefty, or other husky version. I like that comment. That's pretty good. Got Blockade for Christmas. Saw your review. So good, bro. Man, Blockade is special. Spiced fruits. Pink pepper heavy, mango heavy. Man, that is a good fragrance. Clearly smells like a Ventus with a twist. I'm here for it. What's the best iris clone? An iris type of fragrance that I would say I really enjoy would be Fragrance World's got a really good version of Le Male Le Parfum for like $30. It's called Essentia Le Homme Le Parfum. That's really good. Camaro Homme Intense in the Pandora Sense line of Paris Corner. Very good version of old formulas of Dior Homme Intense. Those are 2 that come to mind immediately that I like. You can get for around $30. Yeah, it is. That's what I'm saying. It's not all that. I don't find it's intense, honestly. Be a spin on the original DNA like Profondo Light. See, I thought it was going to be a Parfum flanker because for those of you that saw the initial tease, he had blocked out the name of the Profondo flanker. Well, now he put it out and he unblocked it, and it's a Profondo Eau de Parfum, which Profondo is an Eau de Parfum. That's nothing new, and it's collector's edition. So the bottle's slightly different. It looks like a cross between the Profondo Lights bottle and Profondo. It's not that frosted glass bottle anymore. So yeah, I was kind of disappointed to see that. Sauvage Elixir is the king. That is some good stuff. I would like to see them do that or Herod. I think Herod exclusive would be a great move. What do you guys think? Herod's very beloved. Very beloved, and I think Herod exclusive would be welcomed with open arms. How dare you be a good salesman? It's all the Mercedes experience. I might just have to pony up. But don't do anything that you can't or shouldn't do, man. You know, and I'm not even trying to sell you. I'm just shooting you straight on the timeline of what's going on here. I don't do anything that you shouldn't do. I never encourage anybody to put themselves in a bind over a fragrance. Don't do that. If you don't have the extra play money, as I like to call it, don't do it. It's not that serious, man. Voyage Intense or Elixir would be, look, I'd buy it. Either one, I'd buy it. I get that longevity with Elysium when people constantly talk. And see, I get like 7 or 8 hours out of Elysium Parfum Cologne. I've never understood why people talk about it's a 2-hour fragrance. The Parfum, that's a beast on me. Oh, Intense, I get really good performance as well. All 3 versions. Mainly the Parfum, though. Parfum's a beast on me. I don't really go nose blind to it. Gucci Black is a classic. Gucci Guilty Black is a good daily wear. Try Oud for Happiness. I wasn't a big fan. I tried it one time, but it was on a test strip. So it's hard to really judge because I didn't put it on skin. I did try it on a test strip back in December 21 when we did that event in Glendale, California at Door Prestige. I had tried it there. It had recently came out at that point. And came across like just some typical mass appealing wood fragrance on the test strip. I didn't really get any special character to it. How does Gucci Intense compare to the other flankers? So the intense part of it is the orange blossoms intensified, is what I would say. It's got more of that scratchy, kind of rough orange blossom smell to it. Not my favorite. Probably the Gucci Guilty flanker I like the least of the ones I have. And I like the cologne that's very polarizing. Some people can't stand. I like that more than the Intense. Intense isn't bad. It's just got kind of that scratchy orange blossom smell. Gucci Elixir to me is Lamal with the Guilty DNA. Well, I'm probably going to like it. Black is the best, but performance among the worst. I've come across damn shame. Look, I don't care if I get 2 or 3 hours out of it. I doubt that's all I'll get, though. It's probably a 5 or 6 hour fragrance, and on me, it's probably just a nausea. You can already imagine how much hype Nautical Voyage Elixir would get on TikTok. Yeah, for sure. Black is pleasant. My son is 10, and black is his signature, although Diaman is gaining ground. Damn, your son's got elegant taste for a 10-year-old. Amouage Diaman. Have Gucci Guilty Parfum. It's definitely really good. Surprisingly, got it for Christmas. I wore that yesterday, sir. It's right here. Very smooth. This is my favorite. This is my favorite Gucci Guilty because it's so smooth. It's a smooth, rich version of the original. They got it right here. The orange blossom neroli, all I guess it's white floral forward, but it's not feminine leading. It's not too soapy, not too powdery, nice and smooth. The woody nuance comes in just right to support it. Just a hint of citrus, man. This is good. The aromatics aren't overdone. It's really like Gucci Guilty Parfum. I think the Eau de Parfum is the most interesting. Between that and the Absolute. The Absolute and the Eau de Parfum are the most interesting too, but the Parfum is the most wearable for me. No, I knew what you meant. So let's go ahead into the next one. So the next one should be no surprise here. I want Baby Cat. I will get Baby Cat. I want a 75 ml. I don't need a big bottle. I don't need the 4.2. I got a buddy who will remain nameless that told me when I'm ready, let him know. He's got me. He'll sell me one of his 75 mls, which is going to be here in probably the next couple of weeks, I would say. I've been spending a lot of money. Lately. So literally spent close to $600 on fragrance buy 2 days ago. I was debating on doing a live stream, but it was like, I don't want to take from, have the audience pick these fragrances because I just want these. I want to buy these. So that was like, I just screw it. I'll just buy these and we'll do a haul video. Maybe we'll do it on a live stream. We'll do the unboxing. I'm not sure. But I really need this. My clone's phenomenal. Refakat, beautiful. Paris Corn did a great job. I have a decant that Jared sent me. I still have plenty of it. I don't need, was it Jared or was it Jason? It was in that live stream. It was either Jared or Jason. I think it was Jared that sent it to me. I need this. And look, I get it. I understand the irony of me saying the word need when it comes to fragrance because the last thing I need is a fragrance. For just me wanting to have it, basically the collector side of me is like, I want to add this to my collection. I want to be able to pull that cap and smell it whenever I want. I want to have big full sprays from the atomizer whenever I want. So I want a bottle. I want the smaller bottle, but I need a bottle because this cedarwood vanilla combo with the rich smokiness, the pepper medley that it has of black pepper and pink pepper, this stuff is so good. It is so good. This is like what heaven must smell like. You know, it's like you walk to the Golden Gate, you know, the pearly gates and everything, and it smells like YSL Baby Cat. It's just that good to me. So I need to add this one to the collection, and it will be sooner rather than later. And while we're at it, let's go ahead and move into another one that I just have to have at some point is a bottle of Tigar. I've been talking about it for a solid year now, ever since Joe, shout out to the Average Joe, sent me that decant, that carded sample. And it was like, okay, I understand now. All the clones are good, but they're not as good as actual Bulgari Tigar. I need this. And I understand Spirit of Kings has a really good version. Suspiro, I know they have Vibrato's supposed to be really, really good. It got a ton of hype. I get that, but I just want this. I have a carded sample of this, and this blows me away. I want a bottle of this. That's $300+ easily. And I don't care. That's going to be maybe the most expensive bottle I buy this year. And I'm buying the damn thing. I'm getting a bottle of this. I would say by spring. By maybe let's call it March or April. By then, I'm gonna have this bottle. I need to add this to my collection. I want to wear this. Like, it makes me not want to touch Rubroca Theorem. It makes me not want to touch Tarathi Blue. It makes me not want to touch any of my fragrances that smell like this, because this is this. It's that good. This is one of those times when the clone just, I'm sorry. And I'm sure Alexandria's Black Panther is really good. And there's probably going to be people in the comment section, but you haven't tried this. I'm telling you, this gets so close, but man, this is spot on. That's great. And I'm glad you guys enjoy those. I want this now that I've smelled this. That's one of the few times I've smelled it and like, yep, I'm going to spend $300 on that citrus fragrance. That's how much I like this scent profile. That's worth the money to me. I just haven't gotten around to doing it. By like April, by the end of Q1 going into Q2, getting that bottle. So with that said, let's pull the split screen for now. We'll go back to some Manceras in a little bit. Let me get caught up on this chat. What's going on, Raph? Chapard Amber Malaki, highly recommended. Herod meets Tobacco Vanille vibes. Plus, it's doing its own thing. Okay. Noted. Man, good luck. That's one of the reasons. And look, even the clones I talked about in today's video, they're out of stock too. That is just one popular ass DNA. It's not just me that loves that one. Though I had an interesting comment earlier on the video featuring Coach Green, because apparently I'm the only person that's ever bought Coach Green because it smells like, quote, poop. The internet. Gotta love it, right? Digital card you can use almost anywhere. On Crete Noir Indigo, quite good. I've heard. I'm gonna get that at some point. I definitely have my eye on that. That is phenomenal, sir. That is a great, great fragrance. That is still right here within arm's reach. Beautiful, cedar heavy, cypress. Incense isn't too dominant with some lavender. This is, shout outs to Joel for the fragrance recommendation. This is a great fragrance. Great fragrance. About to jump in the sauna. Can't bring the steam in there. The phone into the steam. I get you. But everyone has a good day. Enjoy. Thanks for coming hang with us for a little bit. Smash the like. Got any plans on getting anything else from the House of Carner Barcelona this year? I'd still like to get Tennis Club. Fresh green fragrance. I'm always down to try some new fresh green petitgrain heavy stuff, even if it's similar to the other ones I have with petitgrain. I just love that type of scent profile. Spring, it makes me mostly want to wear green fragrances. I think that's inevitable. I think eventually we'll get it. I do. It's so popular. Why wouldn't they do it? Shit. So that's going to be, not everybody's going to agree with me, and that's okay. But the most elegant, special smelling to me, classed aromatic fougere is Raja Parfum Scandal Parfum Cologne for me. It's classed as an aromatic fougere, very much fougere through and through, spicy greens, coumarin, all that good stuff. Some bright citruses. It is so good. Only wear it with a suit and tie, which means I hardly ever wear the damn thing. But it's phenomenal. For me, that's my favorite fougere. Do you believe the next intense from Mancera should be Sicily or Instant Crush? I hope it's not Instant Crush, Dame. I feel like they could do better. I feel like something along the lines of Oud Lemon Mint, because it's so popular. I could see them doing an intense of that. Sicily would make sense because that's very popular from them. But Instant Crush, I don't know. I mean, I could see them doing it, but I'd hate to see them that be the next one. Because, of course, the Draboise and Red Tobacco is the first two. It'd have been dumb to do any other two first. It had to be Draboise and Mancera Red Tobacco. Come on now. But next, I would think, just based on the community, it needs to be Oud Lemon Mint, I think. I think an intense Oud Lemon Mint, because it's so popular, I think that would go over well. Because so far, so good. Even though intense red tobacco doesn't smell like an intense red tobacco, I think it's a better red tobacco. An intense Cedrat Boisé, it is truly intense Cedrat Boisé. So they've done really good. They're 2 for 2. I think they're 2 for 2. So I think whatever the next one is, even if it is Instant Crush, I'll get it, and I bet you it's going to be damn good too. I mean, no secret. I am a Pierre Montal guy. I love Mancera. I really do. Just messing with you. I don't blame you, people. No, I know. I'm just playing back. That's all. I get taken way too literally on the internet. I really do, guys. Like, I'm just using you as an example right now, Noel, but I get taken way too literally, like my replies and comment sections and stuff like that. People take things way too serious or read it too harshly or whatever. People need to lighten up on the internet. They really do. The internet's wild, man. Fragrance that's under the radar and very unique that you should try this year is Paula's Ibiza from Low. So you're not the first person to mention that to me, sir. I want to say Beach Life, Profile Beach Life, and maybe one other person that's a regular in the chat have mentioned that to me. Gucci Black is incredibly underrated. Doesn't deserve the hate. I didn't even know it got. When it comes to a fragrance getting hate, I don't buy into that crap. I'm my own judge. The one I wish I picked up was Absolute Instinct. Saw it at TJ Maxx a few years ago, but passed. And it's actually, look, that got prime example of fragrances getting hate. That's actually quite a twist on the DNA. I applaud them for stepping out with that because it's a dark woody nuance because they went with ebony wood as the featured woody note and a lot of seaweed. It's a bitter saltwater aquatic, but doesn't lose the mass appeal. Still smells like Aqua de Jo, has a little bit of the Absolute smell to it. Absolute Instinct was actually a really good fragrance, a really good fragrance. Those of you who've been watching for a long time, you've seen me speak highly of that at some point. I've featured it a few times, more than a few times over the years. That was the most underappreciated flanker in the Aqua de Jo line, in my opinion. That's a good fragrance. Yeah, when they do these flankers of flankers, like Profondo Lights, Absolute Instinct, stuff like that, they go. When they go, they go. So you got to jump on them when they're hot in the market. You might pay a little more than you typically would. Let's say $20 more than you typically would on other 75 mLs from the line. Go ahead and do that, if it interests you anyways. Giancarlo might be one of the ones that mentioned it to me. The Boz has arrived. How are you, sir? Let's see. Gucci Guilty Black and Gucci Pardon are the best, and I agree the Parfum's much smoother. It is so smooth. It's such a good interpretation. I'm so glad I have it. I knew you would like Gucci Guilty Parfum. So well blended. It's smooth. I mean, 9 times out of 10, I would say 95 times out of 100, the Parfum flanker in a designer fragrance line usually ends up being my favorite. Very rare instances where it isn't. Polo Red is one of those rare instances. I like the Eau de Parfum more. I technically like Eros Eau de Parfum a little bit more than the Parfum. So, but aside from that, Sauvage, yeah, I like the Parfum. Gucci Guilty, I like the Parfum. Aqua de Jo, Profumo and Parfum, they're both Parfums. I like the Parfum the most. What am I forgetting here? I'm forgetting so many fragrances that Parfum flankers I enjoy. Sauvage, Bleu de Chanel, La Nuit de l'Homme, Le Parfum, Le Parfum. Just as they come to me, I'll mention them. They're my favorite in the line each time. It's just Polo Blue Parfum. The smoothness, rich and smooth. I don't have to have a super loud fragrance, but boy, rich and smooth wins me over. Really does. I didn't vibe with the elixir. Gucci Guilty Black, absolutely love it myself. Very smooth, quite easy to wear, pretty versatile with that. Just tried Encore Noir Indigo. To me, it's good. I won't share. Yeah, I was about to say, please. I was about to unpin your comment. I don't want to know. Yeah, I know you. Exactly. Thank you, Jeremiah. It kind of matches the color. But see, that's cool because it's a cool looking color. The ladies Gucci Guilty EDP Intense, actually really nice. Fiance had a sample, and I thought it smelled really sexy on her. Noted. So, to me, Code Parfum smells like Code Eau de Parfum plus a powdery iris note. It smells that simple of a difference to me. Super redundant. They're super redundant. The Parfum smells like they took EDP and added the iris note. That's how simplistic it is to me. Maybe some people won't agree, but that's how I interpret it. I think they're both really good, but I ended up not getting a bottle of Parfum because when I want the DNA, I'm just going to wear the EDP. I love the EDP. I have a travel atomizer, a pretty large decant. I would call it a travel. When they're big decants, I call them a travel atomizer of Parfum. And one day I'll end up getting a bottle, but I'm not in a rush. That's the thing. I'm not in a big hurry for it. Man, most of the time, the original is the way to go. It's rare you'll hear me recommend a clone over an original. It happens. It happens. But it doesn't happen often because usually the original is where the magic is at. I got to scroll down a little bit. Coco Loco. Excellent choice, Kevin. Some of my personal Jordan flu games to refill play money. Oh, damn. And see, it's funny you bring up Jordan. So those of you that don't follow Sneaker Steel on IG, I've been following them for 15 years, as long as IG's been around, they've had an account. And I was on my feed and I see the infrared 7s was one of their steel posts. I said, let me look at the price. Just click at see more, 120. I said, oof. Okay, so I went to Shoe Palace's website. They had a flash sale. Flash 40 was the code. 40% off of retail. Got them for 128 shipped after taxes. So I bought the infrared 7s today. I was like, yeah, I'm not going to pass that up. I'd rather have the Cardinal 7s. I've been having my eye on the Cardinal 7s. I can get them for like 180 or something like that on GOAT right now. And I've been debating. And then I saw that deal today. And I was like, well, I guess I'm getting the infrareds. I'm not passing that deal up. So literally at the gym, in between sets, I bought these infrared 7s. So I was playing on Instagram in between sets. It's hilarious. It's funny that you bring up Jordans. That happened earlier. I haven't seen Angel's newest video. I watch Angel's videos here and there. Most of the content I watch is usually people I'm friends with. I don't watch everybody's videos all the time, as I'm sure my friends in the community don't watch all my videos all the time. What's up, Eric? Fresh off work, wearing Sauvage Elixir. Baby Cat's amazing. Don't regret that $300. Would happily do it again. I have the 4.2. Go for Vibrato. I just really, really like Tigar. I just want to get it. Tigar bottle's clean. Yeah, I don't have anything from the line either. What's going on, Jared? Good to see you, my man. Late to the party. What I missed so far? Well, so far we talked about me getting a bottle of Intense Red Tobacco, Gucci Guilty Black, the original and the Elixir, the 3 that I'm missing. Baby Cat, hint, hint, wink, wink, because I believe you're who sent me the decant. Going to grab that 75 ml of Baby Cat probably in the next month. And then we just talked about Tigar, hence the reason Tigar was just brought up. We might as well go into the next one because the next one is Black Noir from Mancera. These last 2 are Manceras. We talked about this one on the split screen when it got announced with iFragrance not long ago. Resinous leather sweet fragrance. I'm here for it. Cambodian oud, Cuban tobacco, black leather accord. Doesn't that alone sound good? Black leather, Cambodian oud, Cuban tobacco. Then on top of that, you have the sweetness is probably all this tonka bean and pink pepper. I bet the pink pepper note comes across sweeter than it does spicy, even though they got spicy as the 5th accord. I bet it's a sweeter pink pepper than anything else. I don't think it's just an assumption here that it's all vanilla and tonka bean. I think we're going to have a little bit of that pink pepper heavy sweetness in the top. And I really like that. I love pink pepper in a fragrance. So I'm so excited for this one. I'm going to get this bottle before the year ends. And I love the label. They're starting to step out a bit more. And then on top of that, no secret here, it's in the thumbnail. We've been talking about it. Amore Cafe. I haven't gotten around to getting it. Sooner than later. Sooner than later, I will get it. Amaretto coffee, vanilla ice cream, cookies, brown sugar. It's going to be a sweet coffee note. I don't believe it's because they got similar to Oud Cafe. I don't think it's going to be that similar. I'm sure there'll be some similarities, but I don't think it'll be the same sweet coffee fragrance. Luckily, I do have Oud Cafe now, which planning on wearing that in the next couple of days. It's literally right here. Like I said, I'm rocking some more of these Manceras right now while I still have the cool weather. So these, like, at some point, I'm gonna get my hands on these for around $100. Usually when they start hitting the discounters, you see them in the realm of $100. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with buying these new release Manceras that I get that like I'm really interested in. I'm cool with dropping $100 on those. No problem. I don't have to wait for them to get 70, $80. I don't sweat them for 100 because I just enjoy my Mancera fragrances. And these two, I think, especially Black Noir, I think this is going to be my jam. This might be one of my favorite pickups of the year. And this is an assumption on something smelled yet. Just looking at this note breakdown gets me very, very excited. So that is really with the wish list, like the main wish list. Obviously, there's more fragrances I'm interested in getting this year, but Intense Red Tobacco, Gucci Guilty Black, and Gucci Guilty Elixir, Baby Cat, Tigar, Black Noir from Mancera, and whoops, got to switch back to Amore Cafe from Mancera. That's the short side of the list. That's the immediate future, the main ones I'm after. Not the only ones, but the main ones. Yeah, I'm all for that. I think it's inevitable, whether it's this year, next year, year after, whatever. I think one day they will do that. Couldn't smell it after an hour, 6 hours. I got a compliment. I believe it. Kaylin, good to see you. Send the day's business over pleasure. Love this fragrance. Can't believe I was sleeping on it. Glad you're enjoying it, sir. So it depends on the quality of the materials. Depends on the quality of the oils, basically, how they're stored. High quality stuff will last years and years and years and years and years. So I always like to bring up the example of the vintage market. There's a vintage market for fragrances where guys go after these old school citrus aromatics. And citruses are the first things to spoil in a fragrance. And there's people that go after and collect these 30, 40-year-old fragrances that are citrus dominant, and they still smell fine. So that 2 to 3 year shelf life thing that you'll see, that's a consumeristic marketing thing. Most fragrances, if you're not keeping them in your car outside in the heat or in your bathroom where it's hot, cold, hot, cold, hot, cold all the time because you take a hot shower and it steams up and then it cools down because you got AC running. It's like, as long as it's not in that, and even there, they don't spoil that damn fast. But if you're storing them like this, like it's out the sunlight most of the time, it's always climate controlled in here. Years and years and years. Like some of these fragrances are going to outlive me and still be perfectly good. Like most of these will outlive me. And I'm fully aware of that when I buy more fragrances. I understand. But there's a misconception about fragrances spoiling quickly and all that. Sure. Like I have 20 plus year old bottles of cheap designers, like Original Nautica. The citrus is soured, but after 2 minutes, the white florals in the woods and the aquatic note comes out, and it's beautiful. Smells totally different from Nautica Classic as it's known now. That's a huge difference in reformulation. I have a 1994 bottle of Tiffany for Men. It's a sandalwood heavy orris honey fragrance. It's magnificent. It's a magnificent fragrance. And it's literally 30 years old this year. It's a 30-year-old bottle. So there's a misconception with it. I get asked this all the time. Big time misconception. Fragrances do not spoil quickly. They don't. I'm not saying there aren't occasions where they do, but most don't. Most last years and years and years and years. Aqua d'Or is better. If they're similar, I gladly believe that. I know you're an Aqua d'Or fan. Signature Tobacco, Ani, Burlington, 1819 are my biggest wants for the year. That's quite the list right there, sir. Arabian Oud Rasala. Okay. 92 likes, 151 watching. We can do better, y'all. Slap that like button, which I haven't clicked refresh in a while. It was at 58 last I looked. Got 163 in the chat. I appreciate you guys. We're at the latter portion of this, so we'll just chat and chop it up. We covered the main parts of the wish list. That's 112 likes, 163 viewers. You won't hear me complain. I appreciate that, guys. So these came from Amazon. Yep. If you look at my fragrance collection video, I have links in the description for it because I did the fragrance collection 200 plus, about 200 fragrances ago since I moved here. Those are heavy duty. Each shelf, literally each one of those shelves, each little piece holds 100 pounds, which is, you need that kind of structure and stability when you're going to put a bunch of fragrance bottles on there, because that weight adds up quickly. Obviously, none of those shelves weigh 100 pounds, even loaded with fragrances. I would say probably somewhere in the realm of like 40 pounds, 50 pounds maybe, which is kind of half the load for each shelf. So all good. Reflection Man, clone from the Rack Store. Yeah, you missed it, Jared. You missed it. Noir Extreme today. Excellent choice. Hammersal is my favorite. Been testing Oolong Cha at Neiman, and I was honestly really saddened by what I was getting. Something about it wasn't jiving with me. It smelled like Lysol wipes. To each their own. Just because I love it doesn't mean you will, because I love that fragrance. I think it was Oolong Cha. Yeah, pretty sure it was either Ani X or Oolong Cha X I picked out for a collaboration review. It was one of the two. I was able to pick from the X line, and I picked one of those two. I forgot which one I picked, but I have one of them coming in. I think it was Oolong Cha X that I picked. So I'm pretty excited to check that one out. But Oolong Cha itself, phenomenal fragrance for me. Sorry to hear it just doesn't work for you. Depends. Do you want Dior Homme Intense or Dior Homme Parfum? Old versions of Dior Homme Intense. Dior Homme Parfum with less leather and a lot of spice. Not the same. I don't give a shit what it's called, but whatever Boss releases after the Scent Elixir, I'm getting. They've been rolling. Yeah, I can't wait. I got a 50 ml of Boss the Scent Elixir coming. It's going to take like 2 weeks to come from the UK, but when it gets here, hey, totally worth it if you like green and woodsy and you don't mind smoky. It's good. It's really good. I don't want to be that guy for some reason. I just feel like I need to scrub it up. No. You don't have to feel bad about not liking a fragrance just because somebody else does like it, you know? Everybody likes what they like, man. Don't sweat it. I wouldn't sweat it at all, dude. Don't apologize for that kind of stuff. Good to see you, sir. Bulgari Man in Black, really cold in New England. It's one of my favorites. It's my favorite freshman, Sarah. There's no secret there. I rave about the fragrance pretty often. And when it warms up here, probably spring break time, you're going to see that popping back in the rotation. I'll be back full-fledged in my EDT Tom Fords and my freshman Sarahs. That's the main things I'm looking forward to wearing when it gets back to being beach season. Yeah, looking forward to that. Scandal's also my current favorite. Well, not necessarily barbershop, because I don't classify aromatic fougere as necessarily barbershop, because it all depends on how heavy the aromatic is to it. I mean, it's got to remind me of a barbershop and aftershave and stuff like that for me to even consider it that. I mean, maybe it's just a me thing, but I don't look at it as all fougères are barbershop fragrances and all barbershop fragrances are fougères. So that's just kind of my take on it. What's going on, big dog? Blessing, stop and chill out for a while. Well, come hang with us. You're always welcome, my man. Good to see you. PDM sales rep told me they're releasing a matte yellow bottle later this year. Fruity, perhaps. Mango. It'll probably be mango. Mango has been the hot thing for the last 2 years, it seems. It'll probably be pretty good. Watch it smell like a blockade. Watch it be kind of like blockade. Mango Aventus, basically. You never know. Yellow bottle, though. That's going to look interesting. Intense Hindu Kush, a.k.a. Willie's scent. Intense Hindu Kush. That'd be interesting. That's one I don't have a lot of interest in getting, because I've had a decan of it, and I wasn't like, ooh, I need a bottle of this. It's been a couple of years since I've smelled it, though. May not need Baby Cat. Men dry down similar. You won't pay as much either. Yeah, but I still want Baby Cat. I love how that smells. I still want that bottle. Lamal Le Parfum, excellent choice, sir. Yeah, there's several fragrances that have them. I'm trying to think one that might come to mind immediately. I don't have a specific one coming to mind, but there's a few like more aquatic style fragrances that feature it. Teak wood, yeah. It's used, not wildly crazy amounts of fragrances with it, but yeah, they have some. Wish y'all the best this 2024. Keep up the great content. I sure will, sir. I appreciate you. Ooh, Solar's really good, and Vince Camuto Alm's my favorite. It's very gin and tonic, fresh, spicy, citrus dominant. I love it. It's really, really good. If you want a crisp, fresh fragrance, almost like a poor man's gin tonic from M. Micallef in some ways. It's really good. And you know, the few times I ever mentioned the lingo, a poor man's this, I've been fussed by viewers for that. Maybe that's a Southern boy thing. I don't know. Maybe it's people are too sensitive on the internet. I don't know. But it's not a negative condemnation. It's more affordable. Maybe I need to be politically correct all the time. It's a more affordable kind of take. You know? It's good though. The blue bottle. That's the one. Absolute Instinct, 100%. On Tiger, top 5 summer fragrance for me. So I haven't tried that one. I've heard it's pretty damn good. You might have been the one that told me about it, actually. So I think I need to skip ahead. How far back am I? Beach Life's in the house. I mentioned you earlier. Cleaning out the garage. Have you playing through my large speakers? Hell yeah. I appreciate that. Nothing like TLTG on the jam, huh? Almost out, and we'll be buying another bottle of Crypto Mint. I haven't smelled that in a couple of years. It's a good one, though. Argos trying for Bacchus and ordered City Rhythm St. John. Man, if you like guava, it's a good one. Niles did really good with that one. Bergamot Vanilla Lavender. Often I wear to sleep. Funny enough, Parfum can't compete, in my opinion. It's fair. All right. A lot of heaters coming out this year. Well, they have to. 2023 was a pretty damn good year in releases, so they have to follow it up with even better ones. Like, I'm interested in seeing what this Y flanker is going to be. I'm sure it's going to be Y Elixir. I'll be surprised if it's not. But I'm eager to check it out because I love Y. I'm going to buy it. So, guys, I'm going to scroll down a little bit because apparently I'm pretty damn far behind. Holy shit. Wow, I was very far behind, apparently. I'm not scrolling super fast. Holy shit, I was pretty far behind. My apologies, guys. That's what happens when I get to talking, though, right? We'll hang out for a few more minutes. Here we go. Good to see you, Amari. Intense Oud from Fog. What's the acronym for? FOGG. I don't know off the top of my head what FOGG is. You're going to say it, and I'm going to be like, no shit. Hugo Boss Intense, Boss Bottle, the Scent Exclusive Privé Absolute Oud. I'd still buy it, too. I would, too. No, what I'm waiting for is Azzaro Wanted by Afternoon Eau de Parfum Intense Privé, I believe was the name of it in Justin's video, the green bottle. Wanted by Afternoon. Yeah. That's the one I'm waiting on. Top notch choice. So happy to come to the live chat. Welcome. Great to have you. Yeah, that happened right down the street from me. There's like a house on it, a 3-story house that's sideways and shit. Kind of wild because the wind was wild. It was crazy last night. Like when I was walking downstairs to go to the gym, I was like, man, I was literally talking out loud, thinking out loud to myself, like, I just don't want to see my bike on its side. Luckily, my motorcycle was fine because the wife was like, you're not going to put your cover on it. And I'm like, it's gonna be like hurricane force winds. Why would I want to get my cover ripped up? Even though there's straps to go underneath the bike and all, it's just be constant tension whipping around from the wind. So I took the cover off. And I was like, man, fingers crossed my bike's not on its side. And it wasn't. So there's a little pile of us that all kind of parked together, and there's 3 parking spots. All the motorcycles are good. Just regular Amber Oud? No. I have Blue Edition. And not Blue Edition exclusive, that Leighton clone. I'm talking about the Blue Edition Eau de Parfum one, Blue Edition, and Rouge, Baccarat Rouge clone. That's the 2 that I have. Doing great. Your views on, well, I haven't tried it yet. And again, Don't know enough about it yet. So I haven't tried Strong With You tobacco, and I don't know what the name of the Y flanker even is yet, let alone notes or anything. So I can't weigh in. I can't weigh in, man. Titian Parfum. Oh my, Ed, that's my favorite one. That's really, really good. Great choice. Evening Mystique, Sammy's Parham, Royal Triple X. I will order all 3 as soon as delivery to Jeremy. So Evening Mystique should be gone and done for and never coming back within the next 2 weeks based on the very, very limited amount of stock. So if you're waiting on that being able to happen when he opens up in Germany, you're going to miss out, unfortunately, my man. You're going to miss out, at least getting it from Zaharoff. I don't know if you can get it on eBay or something later on, but yeah, it won't be around by the time that happens. It'll have been long gone, unfortunately. And see, I find it's more like Spicy Dylan Blue, honestly. I did not. They were practically giving them away from us. Damn. Yeah, I didn't go look. I didn't even know they were doing some crazy sale. I do follow Zelina Vega, mainly on TikTok. Yeah. I like Thea. She cracks me up. It's kind of funny that her and Malachi Black are a thing, because you wouldn't think. I mean, I don't know his personality well enough, but she's real goofy. So I guess he's much more goofy than his wrestling character is. But yeah, I follow Thea on TikTok. She cracks me up. She's funny as hell. For those of you who don't know, Zelina Vega's real name is Thea. Montebaco Verano chose Verano over Intensivo because I wanted the fresher version. Well, you picked the right one then, because that's exactly what it is. Oh, I'm sure. So tonight, Venetian Bergamot. Heaven. It is winter, but this is just ... Pick one Mancera Fresher. You have to get rid of the other 2. French Riviera. Just a few minutes ago said French Riviera is my favorite fresh Mancera. So you should have picked those 2 and something other than French Riviera. Because if it was Sole d'Italy, Sicily, and something else, it'd have been a little bit more of a challenge. But French Riviera is my favorite fresh Mancera. That's too easy right there. That's my favorite release from them last year. It is so good. It is so good. I love just spraying that one. Not really. By Eau Givray, no. Like most people compare it to Terre d'Hermès Eau de Toilette. Kind of, sort of, a little bit, but there's no earthiness to this because you get a little bit of an earthy vetiver smell with Terre d'Hermès. You don't get any earthiness with the Isola Blue. There's coconut and there's all kinds of stuff going on. That comparison kind of cracks me up. Now with Eau Givray, it's such a rich grapefruit, and it doesn't have the same type of freshness because Isola Blue is more of a sweet citrus. It's dense fragrance. Just got Norman Jane, D'Italy, Ani, and Pacific Line this week. Hell yeah, some good options. Brian the Floridian. How you liking Florida? Been down to Kevin's place in Fort Myers. No, I have not. I'm not driving all the way to Fort Myers. It's like 7 hours away. More than that. I think it's more than that, actually. Yeah, I'm not driving that far. I'm not doing that. That's further than me going back home to Louisiana to visit friends and family. Nothing. Shout outs to Kevin. I'm just not driving that damn far. That's more than halfway down Florida from where I'm at. I'm in Panama City Beach. That's a big difference. Just to give you an idea. So I just want to go maps, directions from here. Panama City Beach. I think it's like 7 hours. 7 hours and 42 minutes. Yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm not driving that far. Almost 8 hours. So that's a haul right there. I used to drive for a living many years ago. I hate being in a car for more than 3 hours now. I really do. Cleaner scent. Well, have you tried from ATH? So ATH Ohm is incredible. I'll throw that out there. I did not. Gabri puts out some wild ratings. She puts out some wild ass ratings. Riding coach for men today. Keep up the good content. I appreciate you, Brett. Good choice. Well, he gets more in his zone now because most of the time he edits at this coffee shop he likes to go to. He goes edit on his laptop. It's kind of his thing. He'll get his fit on, get his fit for the day on. He'll grab his scent choice. He'll kind of get his aromatherapy going, and he'll go sit at a cafe, put his headphones on, and just kind of go in his own little world, have the atmosphere outside of his apartment. Like, I totally get why he does it. He changes the scenery and everything. Gets him in a more creative space, I guess, because you can tell through his editing and his videos that something's changed. And I can tell you guys that's what's changed over the last year or so. He's been doing that. That's what's changed. Need a new YSL EP. I have a GSXR 600 with a full bolt-on and a tune. Doesn't have a power commander. It's just tuned. So it's got a race. It's got a Two Brothers Black Series full race exhaust, K&N filter, and it's tuned. I haven't changed any sprockets. Go up this many in the back, down this many in front. I haven't done none of that. It's pretty much as fast as a 750, but I can keep the front wheel on the ground when I get on it. So, which is plenty. I don't need the front wheel to come up. I don't need a 750 or a 1000. Zip in and out of traffic going to the gym. I'm good. That's all I want it for. I don't casually ride often. When I get on the bike, it's point A to point B kind of thing. Just a fun way to get point A to point B. Yeah, you can get it for like $55. So I don't know where you're looking, my man. $100 here. Where is here? Because if it's outside of North America, I have no idea what the prices are. But most places you can get a 75 ml for like $50, right around $50. Intense Hindu Kush, contact buzz for the whole chat. Well, I appreciate the super chat, Sean. We're about to shut it down here in a second. We're hour and 11 minutes. We're a little longer than typical. Strong with you. Amber is on top of my list, followed by French Riviera, Born in Rome Intense, and Polo Red Parfum. Polo Red Parfum is good. It just doesn't smell that much like Polo Red. That's my only beef with it. It's a good fragrance. It smells nice. Iris and absinthe. It works. A little fruity. Woodsy. It's a nice fragrance. Literally pulled the cap and smelled it early. It's funny that we're talking about it. It just doesn't smell that much like Polo Red. A little bit, but not enough to really be Polo Red. I feel like it could have been its own fragrance outside of the red line. Strong with you. Amber's damn good, though. That was one of my favorite designer releases of last year. And then French Riviera, my favorite fresh Mancera. Okay, big Lattafa fan, ready to see what 2024 has for them. Definitely want to check that out. I saw Justin Short's video, Reels video, whatever platform you watch on TikTok. He does cross-platform just like I do with these Shorts videos. I definitely want to check that out because I like all the rest of them, so I'm sure I'll like that one. All right, let me scroll down a little bit. We got another super chat. I believe that's £5 or €5. I'm not sure. It's a super chat, and I appreciate it. Have to order Evening Mystique ASAP if it's nearly gone. George, the Fragrance Apprentice, conceded how good it is. Yeah, for somebody that was my enemy for a long time to say it's his favorite over and over and over, that's what cracks me up because George does love it. He does love that fragrance. It's funny to think how, like, we did not like each other for a long time. And in 17 days, we have a fun 4-day weekend at the Royal Rumble, fragrance shopping with Omas. I'm going to the Undertaker's One Dead Man show. I bought tickets. He ended up not wanting to go. And then we're going to Raw on Monday. I've been to his house. Like, it's totally different. George is my boy, but we didn't like each other for a long time because he was a dumbass. Yeah, I said it, George. You were being a dumbass, and he knows it. I've had him on the channel and everything. We've done a bunch of stuff together, but I love George. George Atkinson, it cracks me up because we have so much more common ground now that that facade of him being certain I was buying subscribers and he was going to white knight for the community and all. That's what that was. We've talked about it on live stream and everything. But we've since had a lot of fun with it. We've had a lot of fun with it. For those of you that didn't see, George Zaharoff paid for this video, or did he? The little short film we did on the Fragrance Apprentice channel. That's the main piece of content. We've done a bunch of stuff together. Since we're going to do some stuff later in the month. Yeah, he cracks me up. He genuinely loves Evening Mystique too. Begrudgingly at first, before we made up, because he got the fragrance before we made up. And he begrudgingly, like, damn it, Ross, why's Ross's got to be the best one? That was what he told me. He's like, of all things, yours was the best one. And best meaning it was just his favorite. It was his taste, you know. So that cracks me up. But I appreciate the super chat. And I'm confident you'll enjoy it. If you have similar taste to myself or to George, you will enjoy it. It's resinous. It's not too heavy on the iris. A lot of spice and aromatics. Coriander is pretty heavy up top. A lot of cypress. It's good, man. Smoky, resinous. It's good. Good stuff. It's right here. Shit. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. Special. I only wear it for special things, honestly. You can wear it. Most people wear it way more than I wear it. I wear it for special things. It's very special to me. Obviously, it's more special to me than literally anyone else. It makes sense, right? Difference that we working for him. A ZX10R a year ago. Love it. Loved my life too so much. Damn. You just got to not be wild. I get it. And the argument is, but it's other people on the road. I get it. I tell my wife all the time, if somebody wants to knock me off my bike, they better fucking kill me. I better not be able to get up. I better not be able to get up if I get knocked off my bike and somebody else caused it. I better die. It's not going to be good. I'm going to lose my shit. It's going to be bad. Wouldn't you? So, but I don't do anything really stupid on my bike. I speed here and there, but only when it's clear, and I only ride when it's really good conditions, you know, limited, a light breeze at most, nothing wet outside. You know, I try to ride in optimal conditions because I don't have to ride my bike every day. And I haven't been lately because it's been pretty cold and windy, so I haven't been wanting to ride it. I haven't rode it in close to 2 months. Like, I'm gonna have to jump it off. Battery's dead. Guaranteed the battery is dead. And I bought that battery not too long before I stopped riding it for a little bit because it's been cold. Started working out, so I'm sore. Can't even straighten my arms. Damn. So your tendons are hurting then. That's not just a muscle fatigue and soreness. That's tendons. The bicep tendon must be all jacked up. Does it hurt right in here when you extend your arm? Because that's where your bicep tendon connects into your forearm, right in the elbow. If it's hurting right in here when you extend out, that's that bicep tendon. You pull that, that's hell. You gotta let that heal for about a week. Triumph Street Triple R. That's a badass bike. Not sure what will be next though. Okay, so yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, because I'm only familiar with here in the States prices. Because it's where I live, obviously. Would make sense, right? Oh yeah, till February 1st. I'm sick of eating food all the time. As soon as we end this live stream, I got to eat 140 grams of jasmine rice, 10 grams of coconut oil, a banana, 140 grams of 99% lean ground turkey, a little bit of low sodium Worcestershire sauce, and some salt and pepper on top for flavor. Because I cooked it very bland, so I just add a little bit to taste. But yeah, that's what I'm eating literally in 13 minutes. Because I'm eating in 13 minutes. That's why we need to wrap this up. E is euro, L is pound. Okay, yeah, I wasn't sure. It's €5. Yeah, I don't know. I just guess every time. I'm terrible at that. George is fucking hilarious. That Jeremy spin, his pajamas coming out of the bathroom was pure gold. You guys have no idea how funny George actually is. Like, he gives you a little bit on his videos, but that's how he is when you hang out with him. There's going to be some gold for our wrestling weekend that we're going to have. There's going to be some. I'm going to try to capture as much as I can. I'm bringing a little power bank to keep my phone charged, and I'm going to clear up some space on my phone to make sure I can record as much as I can. I'm going to record stuff that'll probably be copyright, so it'll have to go on the TLTG Vlogs channel as far as the wrestling stuff, like when we're in the arena for the Rumble and certain people are coming out, because I want to get his reaction to when Punk comes out. Because the whole reason we're going is because Punk's back, and that's why he hit me up with the idea, because he's such a huge CM Punk fan. And God forbid, not God forbid, but God willing, when we do some early access stuff on Saturday before the Rumble, him get to see Punk. I want to see him pee his pants like a little and just freak out like a little fangirl, because it's gonna be hilarious. Because that's his thought process when I was told him, we're gonna hang with Omos and might be able to do some stuff. He's not sure what he can hook us up with, but he'll see what he can do. And he's like, "You mean I can meet CM Punk?" That was the first thing out of his mouth. I said, "No, nobody said you can meet CM Punk. Who knows what can happen? Just know that we're gonna get to do something." We just don't know what until we get there. So it's going to be hilarious. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a fun ass weekend. I'm so looking forward to it. Cannot wait. EQ and Raw stream a while back. That was a while back. I have not. So we're at the bottom. Now you want a Z06 and a few. So I'm actually going to do that next year. So I want a C7. And it's not, I don't necessarily have to have a Z06. If the right Z06 falls into place, sure. I'd rather a Grand Sport, though. I want the Z06 body. I don't need the supercharger because I plan on keeping this Corvette forever, and I don't want to maintenance the supercharger. Because the stock C7 with the 455 at the crank is plenty. That's enough. I'm going to change the exhaust and catalytic converters and the filter, and I'm going to tune it and all that. So I'm going to get plenty of power at the wheels. I don't need 655 at the crank stock like the supercharged Z06. So I just want the wide body with the lights and everything, which the Grand Sport. It's the Z06 body without the supercharger. So I want a Grand Sport, and probably next year. We're probably going to do that next year. Probably going to pay this car off. Going to pay off the RSUV in the next couple of months. That's almost paid off. And probably next year, maybe after tax season, maybe spring, start Corvette shopping. We talked about it the other day. She brought it up. I was like, don't threaten me with a Corvette. Hell yeah, I'd love to get it finally. So that's the plan. Yeah, reject that. Sitting funny, clearly joking, but I think, yeah. George keeps it lighthearted. George is hilarious. That's what I'm saying. There's gonna be some gold that comes out of my weekend with George. So we don't have anything planned as far as content. We're just gonna kind of go with the flow. But there's gonna be fragrance content. There's gonna be wrestling content. There's gonna be random vlogging content. There's gonna be all kinds of shit. I'm a content machine. George knows that now. He's spent enough time with me. He knows I'm all about doing content. So it's going to be a good weekend. I appreciate you guys for hanging out with me, checking out the main things on the wish list for this year that I'm definitely going to get all the ones we talked about. And I do have some stuff on order already. Mancera's, Montals, Only the Brave Street Edition. I grabbed that. I have the new Club de Nuit Intense Oud Flanker coming. I've got a few things that I already just purchased. Boston Scent Elixir, that's coming in. So always got new fragrances coming in, guys. So, yeah, I appreciate you being here. Make sure to like this stream before you leave. Check out today's clone battle. It's Alhambra's Glacier Bold versus Mandarina Duck Vita Loca, which is the better of the two for Le Beau Parfum. Definitely check that out if you haven't yet. And I'll catch you guys tomorrow in the next video. No stream tomorrow, but we'll be back on Thursday at our usual time, more than likely 3 o'clock Central. Not sure what the topic will be just yet, but we'll figure something out. You have a good one, guys.